Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So the worldwide download celebration has begun. Part 1 is very strong. Dude, I'm seeing people are saying that this is like a horrible celebration and stuff like that. Like, I know that's just, for sure, that's just frustration aimed at the banners, but it's actually the opposite. I'm telling y'all right now, this is on track to be the best celebration in Dokkan history, content-wise, like, reward-wise, in terms of stones and all that stuff, and I'm sure for Dokkan profit-wise, because this change right here is going to end up being very good for the future of the game, right? It's just that simple. Now, a lot of people are very upset about this change, right? So what they used to do previously, I actually should have pulled this up prior, god damn it. But what they used to do previously for these big celebrations, so we're essentially looking at worldwide download celebration and anniversary. These are the two celebrations that were like this, right? So in part 1, they would drop a dual Dokkan Fest. Now they've been doing dual Dokkan Fest since, I believe the very first one was STR Gogeta and Int Janemba. That was the first dual Dokkan Fest. So we're talking, what, like January of 2016, they've been doing dual Dokkan Fest since then, right? For anniversaries and then various other points, right? You know, New Year's and other times, right? So last year we had, you know, the Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza banner. Now, at some point, you know, they started introducing yellow coin banners into the mix. Since day one, right? Like, I've been recording Dokkan, right, and making videos basically since yellow coin banners were first a thing, although coins didn't exist back then. And I've been telling y'all to skip yellow coin banners. Like, that has never changed. I have always said, do not summon on yellow coin banners. It is foolish, because the yellow coin banners are horrible, right? You take a look at one of these Dokkan Fest banners. Can I pull up Cooler's banner from right here? Yeah, okay, perfect. Cooler might have the best banner ever, right? Like, if you look at this, Cooler is a top 3 unit in the game. I think you could argue him higher than that, honestly. I feel as though you could make a case for Cooler as 1. I feel like it's not insane. Like, above, like, Vegeta and Trunks, even. Like, Cooler is that good. Piccolo seems to me to be the best banner unit. Namek Goku, still very good. The way difficult content has been, especially in the last couple of weeks, with Red Zone Frieza and Cell Max, Namek Goku, very strong. Very good unit. Evolution Blue Vegeta is okay, but like his revive can make him solid. Bootank's, again, same thing. This unit is greatness, Goku and Gohan. Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku is a very powerful unit. Goku's EZA, I have to do a video going over their details. I'm not the biggest fan, but he's in line with the other EZA TURs, right? So, you know, think of those characters. If you like AGL Turles, or you like, I don't know, STR Ultimate Gohan, or you like Tech VB, any of those characters, this Namek Goku is going to be on par with them. Kid Gohan is still very, very solid, very decent. STR Cooler, this is the worst unit on the banner. Like, this banner is insane, right? And it's been like this for a long time, where these Dokkan Fest banners have been the cream banners. I tell free-to-play players, don't you dare summon on those yellow coin banners, because you're setting yourself up for failure. You want to summon on the red coin banners with tons of good units. It does not matter how good the yellow coin LR is. I've been saying this for years. Years. There's actually hundreds of videos of me saying exactly this, right? Only summon on the Dokkan Fest banners, skip the yellow coin banners. You'll be able to get these characters, yellow coin LRs and stuff like that, other ways. Now, we're going to get into it in a second, but the legendary carnival units, eventually you'll be able to get them in other ways. As a free-to-play player, you shouldn't be summoning on this. People forget that this is a gacha game. They are trying to bait you into spending money. I feel like people are complaining about a banner because now there's a character that they really like and want, so they want to summon on this bad banner. You're mad that you want to summon on the banner. Like, you need to be skipping these banners anyway, these yellow coin banners. So previously, right, we'd get the 2 godly Dokkan Fest banners, right? And at the time last year, these banners were no exception, insane. they always make these dual Dokkan Fest banners ridiculously crazy, right? I usually tell players, you know, skip all, like, you know, all these Dokkan Fests throughout the years and go crazy for these major celebrations for this reason. The thing about this change, and the reason I've said so many people are overblowing it, is because it perfectly aligns with the advice I've been fucking giving players for years. That's why. The stuff I've been saying, if you follow what I've been saying, oh my god, you'd be set up for this, right? People are mad because we don't know what the Part 2 Dokkan Fest is. As a free-to-play player, what do I do? If I use all my stones on cooler, what if the Part 2 Dokkan Fest is better? You really need to be going into these celebrations with more stones. Honestly, global players are definitely in a tough spot because you go from Anniversary, which is, you can't skip Anniversary, hell no, and then into the worldwide celebration right afterwards. And again, these are like, I'm not talking about Goku. You could skip Goku, you'll be okay, I promise. Goku's a Saiyan, right? Like, it's gonna be 80 of these, right? Cooler is, like, if you like villain units, if you want to run villain units, Cooler is a must-have, right? And he's on a good banner, so you're not gonna be hurt chasing Cooler, right? Oh my god, I didn't get Cooler, well, I got Goku and Gohan. Oh my god, I didn't get Cooler, well, I got Namek Goku. Oh my god, I didn't get Cooler, well, you got Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? But it's like, guess what? If you chase Carnival LR Goku, oh my god, I didn't get Goku, I got Physical Thouser. Oh, I didn't get Carnival Goku, I got Tech Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Sucks. Although, to be fair about this guy specifically, he could be good, and he probably will EZA soon. I'm not a fan of this guy who just got his EZA. God Goku's probably a little bit ways off, so is Spirit Bomb Goku. But this guy specifically, there's a player who's going to pull him, and this Goku within 2 months might be really good or something like that. It's very possible. But you shouldn't be summoning on this anyway. And I don't... Just because Goku is really good with really good animations, you shouldn't feel baited into summoning on him. Also, again, it just goes in line. I would have told players to skip on Fusion Zamasu. I would have told players to skip on Golden Frieza, on top legendary summon banners, anything. So the new format, right, is rather than a dual Dokkan Fest, and then in Part 2, having a really terrible top legendary summon banner, right? This is just terrible. The other thing, too, with these banners, these yellow... Dude, look at this. Oh, my God. Like, people are calling this the worst banner ever. You are insane. There's no... Look at this. You at least have 7 featured LRs. Compare it to this. This is the... Like, people think that this is replacing a Dokkan Fest. It is not. There's a Dokkan Fest in Part 2. They just split it up. I think that will be a strong change because it'll keep the momentum of the celebration. I think the celebration overall will be better that there's a Dokkan Fest in Part 2. There's going to be way more hype, right? You know, previously, look at this. Vegeta and Goku is definitely awesome, but, like, no one cared about Krillin and Gohan. And, you know, I think the Vegeta and Goku, they're one of the better yellow coins ever at the time compared to how, you know, mediocre yellow coin LRs really have been for a while, right? For sure. But, like, look at this. This, like, people are mad that this exists, which is actually, like, I mean, I struggle to call this decent, but this is, like, there's 7 LRs, right? This is actually decent compared to this, which is dog shit. This is horrible, right? Like, free-to-play players, you guys are mad that they made the banner actually okay. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to call this banner good because this is a good banner. This is what a good banner looks like right here. This is a good banner. I'm not going to call this good, but at least you have 7 LRs. These are, like, you know, very difficult to obtain characters that are featured. This is a much better system than this. You are kidding me. And no matter what, I would have been telling players to skip this anyway. And let's say that this celebration would have been the same way it always has been in the past, right? And this was a, So, in the live stream, they said, the Japanese producer said, you can guess who the Part 2 characters are based off of Part 1. So he basically soft confirmed Metal Cooler, right? I would assume that the units are going to be Metal Cooler and then Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, like a duo unit. So this would have been a top legendary summon banner with those two, right? Now, instead, what it's going to be is one of them, I think Cooler would probably make sense as the Carnival exclusive, and then Vegeta and Goku would be the Dokkan Fest. Metal Cooler for sure. We don't know, is it going to be like a Vegeta and Goku, like an exchange unit, just Vegeta, right? Like it's going to be something like that. But Metal Cooler, I would say the chances of him being the Carnival exclusive are like 90% or something like that, right? Okay, so I just wanted to sort of go over this initial format. Again, everyone can be so mad at me and stuff like that. Dude, I'm telling y'all are overblowing this, right? Like, this, I think, is a fine change. This is not an issue. My actual main concern, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh my god, you're a whale, of course you like it. Well, dude, I rainbow every unit. Now I have an extra banner to summon on. Like, this isn't good for me. I have an extra banner to go chase. Like, what are you talking about? Here's my number one concern. I actually really like this game. Like, I don't fake it, right? Like, I actually do play this game 24/7. My number one concern is actually, I just want the game to keep going. That's it. Like, I really like Dragon Ball and watching new episodes and stuff like that. But like, the anime comes back, you know what that's good for? Dokkan. That's what I care about. Like, I really love Dokkan. I do. Okay? So I want the game to succeed. In my eyes, I deem this change as something that is good for the health of the game overall. People are mad at change. Okay. In 6 months, I'm going to be telling people I was right? Like, it's, oh, I don't know. Actually, yeah, 6 months. Because I think the next time, so, okay, we're going to get, again, like, it's like the 16th, I think, is when, like, the Carnival and the next Dokkan Fest should arrive. They said that Carnivals will replace Double Rates banners. So that means we should then get another Carnival on Global and JP in December. I bet you whoever the unit is will probably be on Global and JP at the same time, right? Last year it wasn't the case, but 2 years ago it was. The LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. So we'll probably get our third Carnival LR in December. Now, I'm going to be very curious. This is what's going to be interesting to see how these format goes. Because people are going to look really stupid for all the whining if December rolls around and this Goku's featured on the banner with whatever new Carnival LR is going to be there. I don't think that's going to be the case, but you can't say for sure, right? I'm positive Goku and whoever the other one is, probably Metal Cooler, I'm positive they'll be on the banner, but it might be unfeatured. Now, the other thing we should get to, well, let me finish my point, and then we'll talk. I do agree with everyone that the coins are bad. I probably should have led off with that, but whatever. So yeah, wait. Okay, so we're essentially like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're like 5 months away from mid-February. So I'm, pretty certain of this, that the 7th anniversary, or excuse me, the 8th anniversary is coming up, is going to be this format. So we're going to get a Dokkan Fest in part 1, we're going to get a Legendary Carnival banner in part 1, and then part 2 we're going to get a Dokkan Fest, and part 2 we're going to get a Legendary Carnival. Look at the 7th anniversary LR. I'm sorry, Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta did not, like, make waves, right? Like, these part 2s are always, like ass compared to part 1. Right? Like these yellow coin banners are never driving hype the way Dokkan Fests are. Now these celebrations have that twice, right? And again, if you are just being smart with your stones, something I've been preaching for years, people, will say, oh, don't listen to him. He's telling people how to use their stones. Yeah, because it's a gacha game that is trying to get you to spend money. It is the point. You have to be smart with this game. You can't just, you be a free-to-play player. I'm going to summon on every banner, and you're going to be miserable. You're going to be upset. You're not going to pull shit. The game is designed around you not pulling stuff and then buying stones. You have to be smart, right? You do not, oh my god, I YOLO summoned on every banner. That is foolish, and that's not going to work out in the long run. What you really need to do is you need to save a lot of stones and then put them towards the very strong Dokkan Fest banners. Whoever the part 2 Dokkan Fest is, their banners, like, this is going to be AGL Cell, this is going to be STR Kid Buu, this is going to be STR Vegito, this is going to be UI Goku, this is going to be Full Power Frieza. The banner, that's good. Hello, AGL Cell and Kid Buu, good. STR Vegito, decent. UI Goku, I think, is still good. Full Power Frieza is still good, right? Like, the part 2 Dokkan Fest is going to be crazy. You shouldn't be summoning on the Legendary Summon Carnival as a free-to-play. And I would have been saying that if it was a Yellow Coin banner. You shouldn't have been summoning on that. No way. No way. Okay. So, again, I've been talking about this. People are so mad, right? But, I mean, they don't like change. Oh, actually, let me talk about the coins real fast, and then we'll get to this. Let's get rid of this. What is this one here? Yeah. Okay, I should talk about this. So, on global, it says Carnival featured when you pull Goku. But on JP, the little symbol is Carnival exclusive. So eventually, I'd say there's a decent chance that, like, you know, this Goku or, you know, whatever Carnival banners might be, you know, on like these anniversary ticket banners, you know, like the 77 multi-type banners, like that type of stuff. I think eventually, like, we could see like Goku and stuff like that end up on those banners, but I don't think it would be soon because they're calling it an exclusive, right? Also, I do have, let's take a look at this, right? Okay, so we have this. Again, this is sort of like a new style of character they're doing because he's got the actual leader skill too. This is the other thing, man. Like, oh my god, I really just feel like everyone is just crying for, like, over no reason. Like, they're just so resistant to change. These yellow, when was the last yellow coin LR that was a decent leader? Was it LR Goku and Frieza? Yellow coin LRs have not been good leaders, like, nearly ever. Now, essentially, we're getting, instead of a yellow coin LR, it's, you know, this, which is a green coin LR, a teal LR, whatever the hell we want to call it. But he has an actual leader skill. Powerful comeback is not the craziest, but we get one of these that leads, like, a decent category. Like, that's going to be good. That's a good team. Like, 200% flat out as a leader skill is actually a good buff. So I do that, I think, is a really good change. Now, hold on. I want to read this at the bottom here. Oh my god, yeah, this is the other thing too. So, a lot of people wanted this to be double rates. I agree. I would agree, right? Like, I mean, they could have made this double rates. It would have been insane. That actually would have been tough. If this was double rates, by the way, on JP, the banner is slightly better. Kaioken Goku's there instead of Vegeta and Trunks. But, like, it's still, I think future Gohan and Trunks are a decent unit. Kaioken Goku, of course, is better, but, like, they're both runnable characters along with the Vegeta and Goku unit. So saying the entire lineup is ass is definitely not correct. But I lost my train of thought, actually. What was I? What was I? Oh, yeah. Okay. So these banners have a 3+1 discount, right? Which previously you never had on yellow coin banners. So not only do you have a stronger banner with a stronger character, better featured lineup, and there's discounts, and people are crying as though Dokkan is, like, the worst thing ever. I think it's absurd, right? I do. It's just so dumb. There's literally damn discounts on the banner now. They didn't put those on yellow coin banners, man. Like, this is better. It is a better change. All right, so we got that. But let's talk about the one thing I 100% agree with that they did not need to do, right? Okay, so now this is the global ticket shit. Okay, here we go. Okay. So in this summon event, you can get 1 Carnival coin for every 5 Dragon Stones consumed. In addition, Carnival coins can be obtained from Rising Dragon Carnivals and Divine Dragon Carnivals. So this is double rates banners, and then the Christmas banner. It's essentially what it means right there. You could use the Carnival coins to recruit characters at the Baba Shop. 500 Carnival coins are required to exchange a character who could be Dokkan Awakened into an LR. 200 Carnival coins are required to exchange for one of the other featured characters. So, Carnival Goku, when he's available with coins, is going to cost 500. What they did here is they made it to where all the featured units are available with the coins, which I think is fine. There's 3 sort of regular SSRs on here. In the future, these SSRs could be decent. I could see, like, some people being like, oh, I'm glad they're there with coins, although I don't know if I'd ever recommend using, like, Carnival coins to get one of these units, unless it's, like, Rakumen Goldo level, right? Android 19 and 20, I think would be fun, because I would have them highly rated. I think, you know, Rakumen Goldo, Android 19 and 20, the new Piccolo, are probably, like, you know, top 25 unit in the game material, I think. So, like, getting them with coins, yeah, would not be the craziest idea, although you probably would want to save your coins for LR characters anyway, right? I don't think you want to, like, foolishly use your coins. New SSR character available in Legendary Summon Carnival will be available to exchange when he shows up again in the future. That's Goku, of course. Again, I assume he'll be on the December Carnival unfeatured, but I suppose it is possible he could be featured. We will see what it's going to look like. Okay. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are saying they shouldn't have introduced a new coin. I agree with this, actually. I think people are 100% on the mark with that. I think they could have very easily just made this whole thing based around blue coins. I did see other people complain that, oh no, I've spent a ton of blue coins. What about me? I would then, it's kind of like tough, man. Like, you know, we can't foresee the future, but I think that would have been a much better idea, right? I do think a lot of people would be able to receive this a lot better if this was just the blue coin instead of the teal coin. Another reason to really emphasize why the Carnival coin is so stupid is because they dropped the banner and you can't even exchange the units you get from the Carnival banner for Carnival coins yet. The Baba Shop literally does not have the section in it. Like, they have to update the game. Right now, you can only trade units for red coins, for yellow coins, and for blue coins. But there's not a section to trade them for Carnival coins. That, I think, it's just so dumb that they dropped the banner without having this in the game. Like, that, it is ridiculous. I personally have no problem with what they're doing. I think, again, this will eventually, I'm going to be right. I'm telling y'all, remember this part of the video. Eventually, people are going to agree with me that this is a good change. It's going to happen. Like, I am very, like certain that this is going to be a positive change for the game. People are just mad at change right now. It's fine, whatever. Call me stupid and an idiot all you like. You know, hey, there's a lot of fun quotes here you guys could take a look at. But yeah, like, whatever. This is eventually going to be a positive change for the game, right? It's just people are very upset at the initial change. I do agree, of course, that they could have just made it blue coins, I think, which would have softened the blow. Then it would have made a little bit more sense rather than add in another new currency. The way I think things are going to work too, so legendary summon carnivals, I'd imagine we'll see 2 during anniversary. I don't know. I doubt they'd give us a new, because, okay, so JP typically has a double rates banner at the start of August. I doubt they drop a Carnival LR in August and then a second Carnival LR at the end of August and then another Carnival LR in September. So I would assume right now we'll see 2 Carnival LRs during Worldwide, 2 during Anniversary, and then we'll see 1 during Christmas. Right now, I think we would see 5 a year. That's my guess. And then I think yellow coin banners are still the same. Now, a lot of people have said, oh my god, so yellow coin banners are just worthless. Yeah, the same way they've always been worthless. Again, I've been telling you guys for years to skip those dog shit yellow coin banners. People will say, if I don't summon on them, I don't get the coins. How do I get the units? And I've said, tickets. Like, they put them on the anniversary summons and stuff like that. And there's, like, what yellow coin LR up to this point? It's been like, oh my god, I had this yellow coin LR, I beat Cellmax, dude. Like, thank god. Like, which one? Name him. Which yellow coin LR is like a killer against Cellmax? Is there any? Like Fusion Zamasu, I guess, but that's not the reason people have beat Cellmax on JP. It's not Fusion Zamasu, right? Like, is there a yellow coin LR where it's like, oh my god, thank god I had them. We beat like Broly or Omega. I guess LR Goku and Gohan for Broly. Right, they were kind of designed to slap Broly up, for sure. Is there another one? Is there like a yellow coin LR that destroys Omega? Let me, I'm just curious on this real quick. And then we're going to keep, this is going to be a long video, because we are not done yet. Here, let me just quickly, a yellow coin LR that destroys Omega. Let me take a look. Because, okay, destroys him. No, I don't think so. Yeah, like that's, yeah. I mean, I guess Goku and Piccolo, like, they could be good. LR Janemba can certainly be very solid, but he didn't become, like, LR Janemba is now that guy. What I've been telling people, like, he's there with this cooler team. But, like, that's just, like, right now. I guess this guy's pretty good, right? But, like, he, for the Omega fight, but, like, he is an easy A. Like, he's been out for years, right? So it's, like, the point is that, you know, you should have been skipping all these yellow coin banners anyway, and I still think you should be skipping the Carnival LRs. There's no reason to jump in on them, right? So you guys could have fun yourselves. You jump in here, and people are so mad, right? Like, oh my god, it's an L take, you're a Dokkan dick sucker, blah, 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 blah. Watch, it's going to be a good change for the game. I think that the splitting of the format of Dokkan Fest hype in part 1 and Dokkan Fest hype in part 2 is very good, and they have not made the Dokkan Fest banners worse. They're still incredibly good. If they had made Cooler's banner worse, sure, I get it. But this is on par or better with what we see, and so will the Part 2 banner. Now, if you guys know who Kawhi is, Kawhi's been around for a number of years. At times, he's leaked stuff. Very vocal. I like Kawhi a lot. Me and Kawhi have always been very, very cool, right? Kawhi is very vocal and outspoken against like these games getting what's the correct term here? A bit too greedy, I would say, right? Kawhi was very concerned with the keys introduced on JP. I don't really think that's so much of a big deal. Literally every gacha under the sun is selling you so much stuff. Sure, you could make the argument that, you know, Dokkan starting with the keys could be a gateway into more stuff, for sure, but, like, let's see, right? It could, or it could not. One of the two. Dokkan, you know, again, compared to Legends, I don't know, Grand Cross, all these types of games, they monetize way less. It's mostly just stones, right? So I know Kawhi has been very concerned with all this stuff. So I asked him for his thoughts. He gave it to me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's see what Kawhi has to say right here. So, the format change is absolutely catastrophic since it is not positive for any type of player except new whales. I disagree. This is not even like a new banner is not positive for a whale. It's still another banner you have to summon on, right? Like, this is positive for the game itself, the health of the game. But I've been telling people to skip these yellow coin LRs, and now I'm going to be telling people to skip these green coin LRs forever. This is what these games do. They want to make money, right? Like, they're going to do this. It's up to each individual person to be smarter and not summon on everything, right? Now, let's take a look at this. So, the majority of players, free-to-play, are very moderate cash players. Cards that are really useful are the Dokkan Fest. 100%. The main reason why, I guess, we haven't touched on this, is because Dokkan Fest characters are the leaders of the game, right? Like, I think that Carnival LR Goku, like, his leader skill is good. I think you could, you know, run him and beat events and stuff like that. But he's not touching cool. This is like a killer, like, leader skill character, right? Like, this is a great leader skill that will win you events. That's, again, yes, 100% with Kawhi right here. That's a huge point, right? The Dokkan Fest are the solid leader characters, and Yellow Coin LRs and stuff have never been good leaders. Okay, so they make solid leaders, often useful in many categories, will be in individual strong cards. Yep. So these are cards that really unblock situations. Okay. Kawhi did say, like, you know, forgive him if there's any, like, wonky translations or stuff like that. You can tell Kawhi's very passionate, right? Like, Kawhi wrote this whole thing up. I wanted to give it respect and read it on video, right? Like, sort of, like, address his points on video, and we'll take a look at it. So, the yellow coin LRs are often much further back. Yes. The yellow coin LRs do not compare with red coin LRs. I've been trying to think about it over the last couple of days. The only yellow coin LR I can really think of that was, like, super crazy on release was Goku and Frieza. I feel like back then you could have made a good case. Goku and Frieza are the best unit in the game on release, right? But, like, besides them, it's always been red coin LRs, Dokkan Fest, that have been the best units in the game, right? At best, there are choice cards and already composed teams. Merge, Zamasu, and Golden Frieza. Yes. Recently, yellow coin LRs have been so good. A lot of them have been much better. Janemba, Golden Frieza, Goku and Gohan, Fusion Zamasu. Absolutely. Yes. This is an exception. More generally, these are cards that we consider playable at best and are far from being, you know, essentially saying really good, right? Format constitutes an obstacle to the recovery of the desired Dokkan Fest. They're dropping a banner trying to bait people into summon to not go for the Dokkan Fest, which is why I am literally, for years, please, someone write in the comments that I haven't been telling y'all for years to skip these yellow coin banners. Please, go ahead, write it in the comments. Go ahead, write it down there. Regarding LR Goku himself, we note that he is obviously of equivalent power to Vegeta and Trunks, and his presence in a box can drastically change the feasibility of endgame events. This is correct. However, let me finish this point. Okay. We bounce back, push players to look for a card which prevents them recovering all of their interesting cards. Okay. So Kawhi is saying that Goku is much better than yellow coin LRs, so players are going to want to get him to then beat events, which is true. Now, here's the thing. Looking at the details of the characters, initially it looked to me like Goku was far better. When I first saw Goku's kit, I said, oh my god, that's the best unit in the game. Like, he's better than Vegeta and Trunks. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, as I've used him and Cooler more and more, I actually think they did a really good job. I don't know. I want to say I do think Goku is better, but it's... I don't know. I don't think I would... I'm not going to argue with someone who thinks Cooler is better. I don't think I'm going to. Cooler is really good. I think the point Kawhi's getting to is, you know, how good Goku is very bad for players, right? Who don't want to spend and stuff like that. But this would, I think, be stronger if Goku was way better than Cooler, right? Like, if it's, you're summoning for Cooler for his leader skill and his better banner, but overall he was way worse than Goku, sure. But that's not the case. Cooler is a better leader than Goku, he has a better banner than Goku, and he's on par with Goku. So I think it should, you know, free-to-play players, summon for Cooler, right? Leader unit, on par, better banner. To me, it's a no-brainer. And guess what? Part 2, right? You go for the better leader unit, the better banner. It's going to be the Dokkan Fest in Part 2 is what you want to summon for. Okay. This format leads to the appearance of a new type of coin. If we're going to get into the coin, I'm backing Kawhi 100%. New coin is stupid. It should be a blue coin. I think they could have dropped this as a blue coin. 100% A-okay. Free-to-play players, a limited number of Dragon Stones. And basically, it's going to be tough to accumulate coins of every type to pick up characters. Yeah. It can actually prevent a player from getting any unit, knowing it's impossible to simply ignore the Legendary Summon Carnivals given the power of the cards. In contrast to the current construction of endgame events, which are thought for these precise cards. Now, sure. This Goku is going to perform ridiculously well against Cell Max, Red Zone Cooler, Red Zone Broly, Red Zone Omega. 100%. But I don't like the argument of, oh my god, they actually made a good character. This is bad for free-to-play units. My number one concern, I'm always saying I want the units to be better. Make them better. Make them better. This sounds a little bit like they made Goku good. This is bad. It's bad that they made the character they want you to put money into good. We don't, like, are you guys really want these units to be ass on release just so it's easier to go for, like, the Dokkan Fest? Like, come on. You have to have self-control in going for these games. And I know people are going to take exception to that because it's like, oh my god, look at you. But, guys, listen, I'm a content creator on the game. I hate summoning. I hate it. I despise summoning. Long ago, I lost my joy from summoning. I get it. This is why I don't really do collab summons much. Typically, these days, I just try and blow all, like, just get this done. But the thing people have to understand, I am not in debt. And there is no limit for me summoning. If it takes me 500 stones, 1,000 stones, 20,000 stones, 50,000 stones, I'll just keep going until I finish the unit, right? Like, if Goku shafted me worse than any other character before and it took me 50,000 stones to rainbow him, I could still rainbow him. Like, it's not going to be an issue, right? But, like... Alright. Alright, let's see. What are we at right here? Alright, if the player wishes to get an LR with the new piece, you'll have to wait until it is on a portal of a new format. Right, okay, so we're talking about Goku, right? How good he is. The thing is that right now we don't know what his return banner is going to look like. I don't even know if he'll be on the Part 2 Legendary Summon Carnival. I'm not sure. I think that there's a very high chance he could be unfeatured on, I'm going to guess, Metal Cooler's Legendary Carnival. And then there probably will be a Christmas carnival. That's where things will be interesting. I think if Goku is featured, it's just a huge L to everyone that's been very upset about this, because that would actually be a positive change for the game. Better units over these terrible yellow coin units, which usually have terrible kits and are shitty leaders or shitty banners. The banners already is much better, right? Oh, I closed it, but you know, we used to have 1 LR on these yellow coin banners. Recently, they went to 3. Now we have a Carnival banner with 7. Like, I'm sorry. They made the banner and the character way better. I'm not complaining about that, right? I think saying this is the worst celebration of Dokkan history, it's terrible. I think that's just asinine, right? Making stuff better is bad. Get out of here. Stop it. Okay. Devaluation of the yellow coins. Well, what whole devaluation, Kawhi? These coins did not have value at all, man. You should not have been summoning on yellow coin banners at all, outside of being like a super crazy whale who wants to get everything. There's no way you should have been going for these yellow coins. I've been telling people this. This is the thing. All of this new format change aligns with the shit I've been saying, man. I've been saying this. Don't summon on yellow coins, right? They need to make the units better. All this stuff, man. Come on. All right. Even though the format of the legendary banners will continue to exist, which it looks like they will, right? June, April, stuff like that, we'll still get yellow coin banners, which, like always, I will tell players, skip. Not tough. New time constraint for a pity. Okay. Now, this, he makes a solid point right here. Wait, we'll not forget the fact that the new units featured by these banners are exclusive to them. Just another argument to target these new coins, thus less summons on Dokkan Fest portals and less red coins. Yeah, it does appear as though Goku is going to be a exclusive unit to the banners and not a featured. I agree. But here's the thing, right? Right now, Dokkan does not have pity, which Kawhi mentions right here. And I think the point he's making here is that if... Okay. Dokkan doesn't have pity. What is pity, right? Pity would be something where you're summoning, you know, you're guaranteed that if you do 2,000 stones in the banner, if you don't pull the unit, the game would give you a copy at 2,000 stones, right? That's pity. Dokkan does not have pity. It's one of the only games that doesn't, right? Legends has instituted it last year. A lot of games have got pity, right? Where it's like, you could only go so far before you hit like a limit, and then the game will give you the unit anyway, right? Now, Dokkan has been, you know, pretty much on top of the charts, riding high for a long time. They have not yet instituted it. Remember that the coin system is not pity, because you cannot get the new unit their first time on the banner, which is what pity would be, right? I do think Dokkan could do pity, and there's literally no downside to anyone. I don't think pity would hurt their sales. It would probably only increase it, right? Someone like me, right? Like, I don't know. I guess there's been times, you guys remember, infamous times where I've gone over 10,000 stones without a unit, right? This has happened multiple times. Whereas if there was pity, that wouldn't happen for Dokkan, so they'd make less, right? So I understand if the game is not falling off, they don't feel the need to institute pity. I understand that. But I do feel like what Dokkan could do. So we already talked about how... Here, let's get rid of this. Yeah, Delize. Yeah, you can call me Delize. I got no problem with that. Which one was I looking for? Right here. Goku is going to be 500 Carnival coins, right? I think what they could, at the very minimum, do is you can get one copy of the unit, maybe with, like, double or something, right? So it's like 1,000 Carnival coins, you could get Goku. I mean, that is a lot of stones or something, right? Like that, right? But in the future, you know, they drop Carnival Beast Gohan, and there's one copy right there available with 1,000 coins. You could just get them. You don't have to summon on the banner. Just grab one copy. You're good. I think they could do that, right? So it's not like you could... Because the reason I assume they're hesitant for that is, again, players like me, right? Who I have thousands and thousands and thousands of these coins. If they just let you buy infinite units, like, I would never even have to summon. Like, it'd be months before I'd have to summon again, right? So, like, I do get that. All right, remember that, dude, it is a business. I mean, the thing that does suck is this game rolls in so much money. They certainly could be a bit more generous, but that's not a Dokkan thing. It's a gacha. This is a gacha game. This is the whole point of these games, is they're trying to bait people into spending money, which is why I'm always telling people, I don't recommend spending money in these games. I say, if the game is not fun for you, don't play. The game is meant to be fun. I do not force people to play the game. I think you have to be very smart when playing these types of games, right? Like, these games can be very predatory, addictive, all that stuff. You have to be very smart. Like, that's why, like, this whole system, they make a better banner with a better character and people are freaking out. Like, dude, skip the unit. Like, don't summon on it. Like, just like you don't summon on Yellow Coin banners, you shouldn't be, right? You really, as a free-to-play player, should be summoning on just the Dokkan Fest exclusives. There's no argument besides I am entitled to that unit. I need to get them. I deserve to get them. It's like, dude, like, no, like, the game wants you to waste all your shit and then in a moment of weakness you buy stones. That's what they want you to do. Don't do that. You have to be smart. You can't just be a stubborn little child and say, well, I want to pull everything. I have to pull everything. No, you have to be smarter than that. Or else you're going to end up spending money. You're going to end up getting very mad, right? Like, there's so much frustration that could happen if you're not pulling one of these units, right? Like, you have to be very careful about that. I want to read this point again. Right, okay, so he's going to have to wait for basically the Carnival banner, right? Devaluation of the yellow coins, which again, I don't think you should have been summoning on anyway. New time restraint for pity. So the point with this, I think he's getting at, is that if this is, well, at least what I'm thinking is, if this format is successful, which I think it is, right? Like, JP Dokkan got top grossing seemingly at pretty much the same time as usual, right? People have told me that Cooler and Goku got top grossing faster than Namek, Goku, and Frieza last year. But the difference is part 2, it's probably going to be insane top grossing again. Whereas, like, a lot of years past, right? These top legendary summons. Oh, did I close that? I don't need this. Oh, I've got so much shit pulled up. I did get rid of it. But in years past, these top legendary summon banners did not get top grossing instantly. I think with the Carnival banner and the Dokkan Fest, that's going to happen again for part 2. This is going to be more successful for Dokkan, which, and again, I believe the point Kawhi is getting to is that pity is now further away with this change, which I agree is probably the case, right? If this change is very positive for Dokkan, then they probably will not feel the need to institute pity, which I agree with. I think that's the case. I'm pretty sure that's what Kawhi... If I am misrepresenting anything Kawhi says, I apologize. I like Kawhi a lot. Kawhi is very passionate. Kawhi's head is in the right place. His heart is in the right place. So I respect Kawhi a lot, right? Okay. Yep, so we went through this. Okay, everything is out of the fact that this format organizes, of course, the major celebrations. So we're dealing with Dokkan Fest and Legendary Summon Portal. Not only part 1, but also in part 2. Yes, which is confirmed. There is going to be a Legendary Summon Carnival and a Dokkan Fest in part 2. 4 characters instead of 2. No. What? No. What? It's 4 characters just like it was 4 last year. No, that's not correct. It's last year it's 3 banners for 4 characters. This year it's 4 banners for 4 characters. Yes, there's another banner that does suck, sure, but it's not 2 characters. It's always been 4 characters, right? It's just the 2 characters are not complete asshole now, right? Let me pull up last year's. I shouldn't have closed that. Let me pull up last year's worldwide again. Part dos right here. This one, yeah. See, again, it's still, because last year the 4 units were Vegeta / Goku, Gohan and Krillin, Namek, Goku, Full Power Frieza. This year it looks like it's going to be Super Saiyan Goku, Final Form Cooler, Metal Cooler, and some sort of Vegeta Goku combo unit. Probably, but probably is the best we can come up with, right? We will notice that the free multi will stop on September 13th, while the reveal of the LR Part 2 will take place on the 14th. Now, okay. Wait, yeah, I believe he's correct on that, yes, because the release date of Part 2, the banners are supposed to come out on the 16th, so the reveal should be the 14th, correct, yeah, I think his dates are right there. So, the discounts will end just before the units are revealed, right? Everything is organized to confuse the player and his choices. Will the character in part 2 be of equivalent power to those in part 1? I could tell you the answer is going to be yes. These units are going to be on par with each other, right? The same way Namek, Goku, and Full Power Frieza, right? Or, STR Vegito and Buhan, where, you can make arguments. I think whatever the Dokkan Fest in part 2, probably Goku and Vegeta, you'll be able to argue that unit versus Cooler, right? I think you'll be able to argue whatever the Legendary Summon Carnival is versus the other Goku. Yeah, but that's not It's literally always been that way, right? The Dokkan Fests have always been equivalent power, pretty much. I mean, sometimes they've made some bad design choices, like LR Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, but y'all get it, right? Will they better match the needs of the player's box? How much will their presence or absence of the box be felt? All these questions leave player the choice comes under parameters for which he has no knowledge. Guess what? Unfortunately, I think free-to-play players need to be smarter, right? Not just stupidly spending stones on every single banner. You get 5 stones, you do a single, tough, right? You're gonna be, like, you know, in trouble. Oh my god, I really like this character and they're coming out. What do I do? As a free-to-play player, you have to use your stones better. You should not have been summoning on Ginyu, Raditz, I don't know, like what's another character, like all those, like, just like sort of like random Dokkan Fest banners, you know, LR Goku and Piccolo, right? Like all these types of banners, as a free-to-play player, you need to skip. You don't have the luxury of summoning on every single unit. You're not going to get every single unit. You're not going to be happy. What you need to do is be very cautious with your stones and save them for these big celebrations. One reason, again, I have way less of an issue with this than everyone else is because this matches the advice I've been giving players for years, right? Which is that, you know, honestly, global players, right? Like, why would you summon in, like, the first half of the year at all? What? I mean, Golden Week is going to be on Global and JP at the same time, sure. But, like, why? There's no point. You should be using all of your stones as a global player in the second half of the year. Anniversary, Worldwide, Thank You Celebration. Those are what you should summon on. And people are going to say, well, I don't want to only summon on those points. Well, tough. It's a gacha game, right? This is the game you're playing. They want you to, you know, summon on everything, get frustrated, and then buy stones. You have to be smarter. This lines up with everything I've been saying for years. Okay. He cannot choose wisely. Yes. I mean, this is true, right? Right now, okay, let's say you're a free-to-play player, and you are 500 stones in Cooler, and you don't have Cooler. And you say, do I keep summoning for Cooler, or do I wait for the part 2? It's hard to say, right? I would say keep summoning for Cooler, because there's going to be 3+1 on part 2 as well, right? Like, these celebrations lately have been very generous. They're often giving out, you know, 1,000+ stones. I wouldn't feel too pressured, right? If you are summoning on one of these Dokkan Fest banners, that is where you should be putting your stones, right? You could either get lucky or unlucky. That's not going to change, but you should have been coming into this banner ready to summon on the dual Dokkan Fest anyway. There isn't now a difference in Dokkan Fest. There's still 2 in the celebration, the way there always was, right? That's not different. It's just they made the choice a little bit harder for you guys, right? You can't just, like, you know, obsessively summon on every single unit and then still make away like a bandit. Yeah, like, you have to be smarter. This entire strategy aims to feed FOMO, an addiction mechanism particularly used in the world of gachas and elsewhere. Yeah, for sure. Appealing to the person's fear of being the only one not having something. Yep, in the context of Dokkan, either not pulling the new card or not succeeding in the new event. This is an effect that is exacerbated by social networks, absolutely. Strategy seeks to push on both aspects in order to further oppress the player and push him to irrational decisions. Correct. And again, that goes to all the things I've been saying for years about not summoning. Skip those banners, save for the good banners, save for the good celebrations. And, you know, all these dummies, let's be real, dumbasses who say, sub it at what you want. I mean, dude, that's an easy strategy to just being frustrated, being mad at everyone, being mad at the game, being mad at life. Like, you need to be careful in playing these games. Again, it's designed, like, Kawhi is correct on this, yes. Like, it's designed to get you to spend money. That's the game. But, like, dude, guess what? What happens when free-to-play players realize that life is not free to play, right? Like, yeah, dude, like, you have to make good decisions. This is how it is, man. All right, let's see. Addictive mechanics being the exoskeleton of a gacha, we must remain particularly vigilant as to their development is obvious here. The objective is to push on this point. I mean, sure. In the aspect that you don't know what's directly the part 2 Dokkan Fest, right? You don't know their details. You don't know if, so the part 1 Dokkan Fest is Cooler. I think the Part 2 Dokkan Fest will likely be, you know, a Saiyan, Goku, and Vegeta. Maybe you have no villain units, right? So then, you know, oh my god, I'm summoning for Cooler, but like the Saiyan card is the one I really want, or the one that's really going to help me, right? Well, again, going into these celebrations, you have to be ready for that type of thing. I mean, that is true, right? For sure, that the discounts are going to end. The 3+1 is going to end, and then we'll see the new characters. But this is not new, too. Like, how many times in the past have they given out, like, top grossing rewards and stuff like that after the discounts have ended? This is not a new thing that Dokkan just did. They've always done this type of thing. That's not new. The only public benefit about this update is that of new players ready to put a lot of money. I mean, I could make an argument that it would be better for all players that have invested anything into this game, time, money, anything. If the game goes on longer, that's better. And that's what I think. I think this change overall is going to be a positive for the game. And I'm sorry, that's what I care about, the life cycle of the game, the health of the game, right? I am never telling people, yes, spend all your money on the game, summon. I don't ever say that, right? I'm not trying to bait people into buying stuff in game to keep it going and stuff like that. I tell players all the time, if you're not happy with the game, don't play. If the game is making you unhappy, don't play. Don't summon on every single little thing, right? You have to be smarter, man. You have to. You can't just summon on every banner, and it's like they're... Alright, let's keep going. LR available from Legendary Summon card will be attractive to them, since this type of player generally seeks pure collection. Yeah, but I mean, that would have been foolish beforehand. These are the same players summoning on yellow coin banners, which was foolish. It's foolish to summon on that. It's foolish to summon on the better banner, the teal coin banner, the Legendary Carnival. It is impossible for the average player to collect everything. Yeah. Absolutely, yes. But you, as a free-to-play player, you shouldn't be trying to collect everything. That's ridiculous. You can't. You cannot, right? That strategy is gonna get you to spend money, which is, they won, right? Bandai, Akatsuki, they won once you spent money. Like, they got you. In all other cases, these will be cards which will be statistically uninteresting, which will generally already be in the player's box, and which will prevent them from covering more interesting Dokkan Fests to approach the endgame. I don't think I covered all the points I'd like to cover, with text already quite long, and I didn't sleep all night. Yeah, well, no, totally, definitely shout out Sakuai for dropping this. I mean, he does make good points in here, but I just feel like a lot of this is not new, right? Like, this is stuff Dokkan has done. All they did was make a yellow coin banner. Basically, here's what they did. They took the dual Dokkan Fest and they put it in each half of the celebration, which no matter what, I feel like is a good change. That is a healthier change for the game. It's going to be more hype. People are going to enjoy it more. Part 2, like, people would not, they don't care. Like, the Dokkan Fests are what brings the hype, man. It's like Part 2, like, did not really hit like that, even in the 7th anniversary of Kaioken Goku and Great Ape Vegeta, right? I feel like if it was a Dokkan Fest, if it was marketed as such, it would be much more exciting for players. The splitting up of the Dokkan Fest is 100,000,000% a good decision. It is a good thing they split up the Dokkan Fest. Y'all will see. Go ahead. Say whatever you want to me right now. That's fine. I don't mind. Go ahead. Type anything you want in the comment section. You will not be banned. You'll not be shadow banned. You can say whatever you want to in the comments. Y'all know how it is here. I do not really ban people. You say whatever you want to. Call me stupid. But in a year, don't be mad that I say I told you so. People get very fucking mad when I say I told you so, but then they call me stupid when I'm saying stuff originally. If you don't call me stupid when I'm saying it, I'm not going to say I told you so later. But guess what? This Dokkan Fest change, be ready for a nice, healthy dose of I told you so, because that's going to happen. That splitting the Dokkan Fest is going to be good for the game, right? I think splitting the top Legendary Summon banner in half, essentially, like splitting the units up, putting them on 2 different banners, making them much better on better banners, I think is a good change. I think that this is a very positive change. When I saw this new format, I was like, okay, this is good. This is really good. But people are just resistant to change. They're just salty right now. They're just mad. People are mad. It's fine. Whatever. Be mad. You can be mad all you want to. It's fine. It's here. If you really do not like this, I probably should have said this within like the first 2 minutes and not 50 minutes in. Hold on. Let me pull this up. It's right here. listen, Dokkan is gonna kill it in sales in the celebration. Like, there's nothing players can do that are gonna change that. Like, the celebration is gonna kill it, right? If you really hate this and are adamant about it, and you really want a change, yes, you could be vocal about it on social media, Reddit, YouTube comment sections, Twitter, Facebook, stuff like that. Sure, maybe the devs will look at it, maybe they'll listen, maybe they'll go, oh, okay, maybe we'll make it a little bit better. Could happen. I think the best thing to do though is the survey. I feel like this probably has a better chance. Some people are gonna say like, oh well, you know, we've asked for the friend system for years. I mean, yeah, dude, but like, yeah, we've asked for the friend system for years, and they've like been very coy about it always, right? I think talking about this, and like, if everyone was not a dick about it, right? Like, that's the other thing too. Like, yeah, right here. If enough players are vocal in the correct way, yeah, like actually just like not being an overall ass for no reason, right? In this survey, they might improve it, right? I think there's two changes. I think the format is fine. I think everyone is overreacting, right? That's my end point here. I do agree though. Green coins shouldn't have existed. Should have just been blue coins. And they could have made it double rates as well. Or it could still be green coins, but the banner's double rates. I mean, the banner would be insane if it's 7 featured LRs and double rates, though. I mean, that's like, it's just unrealistic to think shit's gonna be that good, right? But I think going in these surveys and saying you don't like it, that's a good thing. That's what you should do. I think it's perfect. I do. I think that's what you guys should do. Jump into the survey. Be very, very vocal about it. You know, like, band together on Reddit. Right? All of y'all decide what you're going to say to them, right? Tell them you don't like the change, and maybe they'll do something about it. Maybe, right? I don't... I think they've already created this format. It's going to be around for a little bit. But, again, if everyone is vocal about it, I do think perhaps they could improve it, right? Maybe they could make Goku's banner even better, but... I just, like, dude, this banner is already 1,000 times better than a yellow coin banner. Yellow coin LRs have mostly sucked. We're unrunnable as leaders. Goku's runnable as lead. Like, people are actually mad. Listen, people are mad that they made a bad banner with a bad unit be a slightly better banner with a good unit. People are mad. There's too many good units now. There's too many banners I want to summon on now. Like, you have to be smart. That's it. You have to be smart. Can't summon on every banner. So, again, you guys don't like it. At the end of the celebration, the major celebrations, they always do these surveys. Write in the survey. Let them know. Do not be overly rude so they'll listen. But if you guys all band together and write it in the survey, maybe something would happen. Maybe a change would be instituted. Until that happens, my advice, do not summon on the Legendary Summon Carnival. Don't do it. Like I would always tell you guys, don't summon a yellow coin LRs. Summon on the Dokkan Fests. Like always. There is no change. Everything that's happened here has aligned up with the advice I've been telling y'all for years.